Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another flight vlog.
Wilson
Today,
Tower Cessna 5 Yankee, Kilo Sierra Delta ready for north departure at runway 25.
I just a very good flight. Today we're in the Cessna Grand Caravan EX, registered 5 Yankee Kilo Sierra Delta. Today's flight, relatively, not long really, but half an hour flight from Nairobi Wilson Airport to St Andrews School, Turi in Molo.
Cessna 5 Yankee, Kilo Sierra Delta cleared for takeoff runway 25 north departure approved.
Okay, so we've been lined up on runway 25. I'm not sure, I didn't select it properly, so I'll just release the parking brake and backtrack to runway 07, and we'll proceed from then on. So as you can see, this caravan is also equipped with the G1000 suite, and just like the Cessna yesterday, so not much different where we're going to use it, but today we will be using the autopilot just because of it being a half an hour flight, and also conditions are the same as yesterday. In fact, they are worse. So currently my settings are all live time, live weather, live flares. So whoever is playing in Kenya, I hope you're having better weather than me. But yeah, so today's flight is to St Andrews Turi. We will be doing direct course. We will be flying over Manyata airstrip directly overhead, and then making a left turn, to St Andrews Turi. St Andrews Turi is a boarding school in Kenya, which does have its own airstrip. A very challenging airstrip to land at, just because of the fact that it's only 800 meters long, roughly, and it has it's inclined. The runway is inclined, so you land on a flat runway and it starts climbing up. So the possibilities of go arounds at St Andrews Turi are very low, and once you commit to landing over there, you're basically going to land regardless. What it looks like. So today we'll be flying out to HKOK, which is Manyata's identifier, Hotel Kilo Oscar Kilo, and then straight on to St Andrews Turi, Hotel Kilo Quebec Mike. The terrain during the flight is normally crossing the Rift Valley. There's normally a bit of terrain when you get out of Nairobi's zone boundary. And once you're out of the zone boundary, it's the Rift Valley until the terrain starts lowering. And once we head on to St Andrews Turi, the terrain starts climbing back again. St Andrews Turi elevation is 8,100 feet above sea level. Actually, Manyata's airstrip is also 8,500 feet above sea level. That's pretty high. So yeah, Turi is very high relatively, and the tricky thing with high airstrips is density altitude. Less air for the propellers to intake, so you will have to come with a bit of a more powered approach to keep the aircraft airborne. I'll just check the weather. So I'll go back to flight plan, go to map, and go to weather. Is on for yes. Go back and click display. Okay, as you can see, it's not looking too good. Going towards the northern sides of Kenya, towards Mount Kenya, I'm sure is a bit clearer, as you can see from that patch, but Nairobi right now is in the reds and the yellows, so we will have a bit of a bumpy ride. I'm not sure how far this extends. We'll get more data from this once you're airborne. Let's click back and go back to my map. Okay, the cruising altitude is at 10,500. So in rainy conditions, it is advised just to keep the ignition on. Just keep the ignition on, and also inertial separator is normally on for takeoffs, just in case of any birds, or if you knock something, or if like particles from the ground, we don't want them to enter the engine, so you put the inertial separator. Is basically like a bypass. It doesn't allow such material to enter through the engine. So yeah, I think we're all good to go. I can release parking brake, and we'll slowly advance throttle. Flaps up, will do a flaps up takeoff, and trim, I'll just say takeoff trim. Okay, and we are ready to go. Slowly advance the throttle, let the aircraft continue rolling. Okay, and now I'll advance the takeoff power. It should be around 2000 RPM. And and we have just about 2,000. So it is a relatively good headwind, which is not bad. There's a slight crosswind actually to the right, but that's nothing to worry about. Okay, you can see the aircraft is slowly trying to rotate. This is due to the takeoff bit. And now we are. A decent climb speed with this aircraft should be 110 knots. So once we get 110 knots, we will try and maintain that speed. So we will now make a right turn, gradually to 330 just like yesterday on the C-172. I'll just reduce the trim a slight amount.
Cessna Kilo Sierra Delta, continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
As you can see, there's Kenya Airways flight 606 at Jomo.
Wilson Tower, Cessna 5 Yankee, Kilo Sierra Delta, continue for north departure.
As you can see, we're already entering the clouds. Visibility is reducing, so we'll keep our landing lights on actually. Just for any other aircraft in the vicinity, you'll probably see us better if we have our landing lights on, as opposed to just our taxis and passport. And now we're in complete clouds. No visibility, a bit on the right hand side, left hand side. You can see a bit of the ground cut. I hope this is not how the whole flight goes.
Cessna Kilo Sierra Delta, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Wilson Tower, Cessna 5 Yankee, Kilo Sierra Delta, frequency change.
We're still going to try to head in a 330 even though we do not have visual of the airport. We'll still follow the standard state halt departure as it's called.
Nairobi approach, Cessna 5 Yankee, Kilo Sierra Delta is type Cessna Caravan 2 miles southeast of Wilson. Request flight following. Cessna 5 Yankee, Kilo Sierra Delta, Nairobi approach. Squawk 6276.
Okay, so what I'll do now is I will engage autopilot and I'll engage navigation mode and also vertical speed. Aircraft register that I have set its vertical.
Squawk 6276, Cessna Kilo Sierra Delta. Cessna Kilo Sierra Delta, radar contact 1 miles northwest of Wilson, 9,200 feet. Altimeter 29.85.
So we climb at about 1100 feet a minute. I'll just
Copy,
give you
Cessna Kilo Sierra Delta.
externally. And this is what it looks like. Just overhead Wilson. You can see visibility completely poor. Nothing up there. So yeah, you see the airbase is right there. Okay, we have reached our cruising altitude actually and we have visual of nothing. I do hope this gets better along the flight as it's quite poor actually. So once you get to cruising altitude, we also have to set cruising power. So I'll just let the airspeed, indicated airspeed increase a bit. And let me just get my winds on and see what winds are. Okay, we have a 5 knot tailwind / crosswind right hand side cockpit of the aircraft. That should give us a good ground speed. Okay, so what I'll do is I will decrease my prop RPM, which is this blue level, that one, and I'll decrease it to 1800 RPM. You can even hear a change in the sound of the aircraft. So roughly 1800 RPM, 1790 is okay as well. And I will leave my fuel flow at, maybe I'll reduce it to about 390. And fuel flow given in pounds per hour. So as you can see, the aircraft is also struggling a bit to maintain 10,500 just due to the current weather. But yeah, it should be about 27 minutes till we get to St Andrews Turi. Let's go and check the weather. Oh wow, okay. So, oh wow. So by the looks of it, we will be having quite a bit of bad weather on this flight actually. So if I don't have visual on St Andrews Turi, we will have to land somewhere else where I have visual. So I will probably just have to continue the flight on. As you can see, the rain is hitting the windscreen and the Delamare airstrip is there. We have no visual from the Delamare airstrip. So yeah, this is quite scary because 75 nautical per mile is that off, and Turi is not even that far away from Nairobi. So I estimate Turi is somewhere in that patch there. So it will be a bit of a difficult landing. Let's see what the cloud base is and if we can manage. As you can see, Turi is in orange, which is quite relatively severe rain. Manyata is pretty clear over there, it's a bit green. But let's see if I can just go a bit north. Let's see. If we can't land in St Andrews Turi, we could divert our flight somewhere here. Let's see. Or if not, we could head towards maybe Kericho, but I believe Kericho is probably the same story. Kisumu is quite clear. Kericho could be somewhere here. Albert is there. Kericho is somewhere here. So we could always go all the way to Homa Bay or even down at the Mara. Yeah, the Mara is somewhere here, yes. There is quite a bit of weather. So let's see what happens when we get closer to St Andrews Turi. Ground quite slight amount, which is not that helpful. But I think once I get to the north of 87, I'm back, I'm not sure how to get to we do seem to be having a bit of clearing of weather. Let's see. Because we're now nearing Manyata, very close to Manyata, so let's hope it clears up a bit, just so we have visual on something in this Rift Valley. Okay, we have Naivasha Airport slightly to that side, so we can try external view, see if we can spot it. Okay, looks like this area is a bit clearer, but still raining. So this whole section of Naivasha Airport, so we could try Naivasha Airport when coming in. But plant headed. That's the actual, I believe the actual Naivasha airport is that. Naivasha airport is. So you can see how realistic the clouds are. Volumetric clouds. And you can see how realistic the weather is. We do have some sort of rainfall around my aircraft. But yeah. So if all fails at Turi, we can definitely come here and land at that airport. But let's see, let's see what.
Cessna Kilo Sierra Delta, contact Nairobi Center on 121.3.
Let's try and keep this flight out of all weather. So let me make a turn to about 320 now. Let's see where that takes me. Bearing in mind we're still heading to St Andrews. I think, ladies and gentlemen, what we might have to do is probably land over here and not proceed further because Turi is to our left, and I don't think it's really visible. And a great idea. I won't be showing you anything by flying into that weather there. So let me just put the aircraft down at Delamare Camp Airport. We have flown here before with group flight. So I'll take over manual control of the aircraft. This thing is autopilot. And just let's slow this up into Delamare Camp Airport. Reducing power as well. And just as you can see, the weather in the simulator is really realistic, and sometimes it can be a pain like today where I thought I'd show you the Rift Valley, but unfortunately that didn't work out too well. So we'll just cancel my plan to head towards St Andrews Turi and we'll just stop here at Delamare Camp Airport just due to the weather conditions currently. Hopefully in the next video I can probably fly from Delamare on towards St Andrews Turi. The next video I probably won't use live weather. I'll just preset the weather to scattered clouds or something, just so we can see at least where we're going. This is the main road. This road over here is the main Nakuru-Nairobi highway. Okay, and the airstrip is there. So we were coming from over the lake, just because we seem to be having a headwind of 2 knots. If we can land with the headwind, there's no reason we shouldn't. So I'll just go ahead and reset my view. That's reset. So now that we're low enough, I'll go ahead and give flaps to the approach setting. And since this is a relatively short airstrip, we'll give the aircraft full flaps just so we can come in slower. And obviously we do have reverse thrust. This is a turboprop aircraft, so it will aid us in slowing down. But if this weather does clear sometime later, I will definitely try and head towards St Andrews Turi. What we could do is actually we could just land coming in from the land side instead of going all the way to the lake, because the 1 knot tailwind is not too drastic. So just make the left hand and give me flaps full. Trim a bit down because the tendency will be for those to lift up. Trim the aircraft down. Just maintain your speeds as well. So I have overshot this airstrip a bit, but that's not too serious. Just get a bit of power and line up. So starts going down. Remember, wings level when landing. So obviously you're meant to line up the runway at least 3 nautical miles before, but in the case of the simulator, it's not too bad. That's for this runway. Coming in. Approach speed is okay. It's a bit windy. It should be a bit rough when we get towards the ground. And once you're over the threshold, I'll idle out power. Oh. Okay, touchdown. And we'll give it full reverse thrust. I just revert to manual braking, slow the aircraft down, and I will park the aircraft back on the other side of the airstrip. So slowly make a left turn. Keeping our landing lights on just if there's any incoming traffic, they do see us on the runway. Obviously we weren't scheduled to land over here, so my AI, which is controlling my radios, obviously hasn't said anything like landing at Delamare or anything. So it's just one of those situations where it's worth it to land here rather than take the flight to St Andrews Turi and not even see anything. Okay, so as you can see, currently in Kenya, I believe the best place to be flying is probably northern Kenya. Actually, it's pretty rough over here, all this weather. Kisumu is relatively clear, but that's the only place that's clear flying around Kisumu. So we could do a flight in Kisumu next. Let me just see. Let's plan this back. Let's see. Well, we could probably use the 172. Yeah, we could do a flight in Kisumu. Yeah, to around there's an airstrip called Mufungano airstrip, or there's also a Singa Island airstrip, if you could fly to. So yeah, my kind of apologies actually for this flight. I thought it'd be a bit better weather than this. I did see on the map that there is a bit of weather, but I didn't expect it to be as bad as yesterday's flight. It's actually even worse. Back a bit faster than this. You can see it's still drizzling over here, but it's much better than what it was when we took off from Nairobi. So if you guys have any other suggestions on which flights I could do, please leave them in the comment box, in the comment section, sorry. And yeah, there are quite a few airstrips I haven't flown to in Kenya, which you guys have probably flown to and would like to see me fly there. I'd love to hear about those airstrips. But other than that, if you did enjoy this video, rather gloomy video, please hit the thumbs up button, like and subscribe to the channel. And also, don't forget to hit the bell so that you get notified whenever I post another video, as I will try to do these maybe even 2 per day or 1 per day, because it's just flight sim. All I need just to sit on my laptop and do the video. So I do hope you enjoyed that, and I will soon also start doing my actual flight vlogs when I get back into my training. So before that happens, obviously we just have to survive with virtual flying. But I think it's still, using the simulator does help you a bit, especially Microsoft, the way they've done the simulator. I think it's very good for VFR flights. So I'll just park in this clearing over here. But I do thank you guys for all the support you've given me so far, and do hope to have more videos up for you as often as possible. Comes to shutting down this aircraft, we will put the avionics. This is not done by the checklist. I'm actually not too sure exactly how to shut it, but I normally think we get the electrics off first, so we can just do that. Those can go off, and then ignition goes off. Landing lights can go off. Strobe can go off. Passenger seats signs can go off as well. And the wing light can go off. That's just, we use that just for icing. I thought there could be a potential of icing, but it's Kenya, it's pretty hot, so we don't expect that. And then just advance the mixture to idle cutoff and feather cutoff. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That has completed our flight, not to Turi, but to the Delamare airport camp. So we'll just have a look at the caravan from the outside. So anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope to catch you soon on another flight vlog. I will try to do another one probably another one today as well. Not using live weather. I might use live weather. I might do a flight in the coastal regions just to see how that is. But thank you guys for watching. If you obviously, I say again, if you like the channel, please subscribe to it and hit that bell icon just so you get notifications when I post new videos. Other than that, guys, have a great afternoon. Take care and be safe. Thank you.